It's totally okay to ask someone to repeat themselves again if you don't understand the accent or what they are saying or if it's too fast. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's okay, Yaar. We are a content platform for South Asian immigrants and we aim to educate, entertain and empower them. You can check us out on Instagram at It's Okay Yaar. We also have a website where we post a ton of guides and blogs. We will link that in the description box. But today, let's continue our discussion on how to build a better life on a dependent visa. Today's topic is common mistakes to avoid when you are first moving to the US. We have done a lot of research on this topic. A lot of it is personal experience, and we are hoping these tips and tricks help you settle in easily. Making mistakes is common human behavior, and everyone is ought to do that, especially when you're doing something so drastic as moving to a new country and trying to settle in. There will be a lot of things that you just don't know about, and if you are the kind of person who's just going to come in and figure it out, best of luck to you and kudos to you and much more power to you. But some people just like to have a lot of information and feel more comfortable if they know what they're getting into. So it's for all of those people who just want to understand the things that they should absolutely keep in mind before they're moving to the US. So let's get started. The first one is not understanding the American culture. As simple as it might sound, it's really important to understand the nuances of the country that you're trying to move in. You might have watched enough American shows to feel like, well, I got the hang of how it is to live there, and it's a lot of fun that they show in those shows. But trust us, moving here, it's a completely different experience. We ourselves have lived here for 4 years in many different states, and we're still trying to understand what differences each state brings, because just like India, there are various states here. Each has their own nuances, their own cultures, their own dialects. So it does definitely take a little more time to develop that understanding. And again, it's not like you have to have a history book and understand every single thing. It's really about being open to new cultures, not getting offended very quickly, because honestly, when you move here, people might not know much about your culture. They're interested, they're curious. We've met people who are eager to learn, but it takes a while to get there. So all I'm trying to say is try to fit in. When you're trying to fit in, that doesn't mean that lose yourself. It means be open to the new cultures, be open to the new ideas, and be open to learning and uncovering yourself in a new way. The second one is delaying to get your ITIN number or your SSN number. So if you are on a dependent visa, on an H4 visa, and you're not eligible to apply for your work permit, you cannot get an SSN. So you need to go get an ITIN number. Getting your ITIN number is very, very important, because it's going to help you open a bank account, build your credit score, get a credit card, and most importantly, it's going to help you file taxes. Think of it as like the PAN card in India, but it's important to either get an ITIN or SSN number. Don't forget to do that. We have a very detailed guide on how to apply and get your ITIN. We will link that in the description box. You can check that out. The third one is delaying opening your bank account. This one is very important, because some people try to wait till they get their SSN or an ITIN before they can open their bank account, because it's all linked. You need your ITIN and SSN to open your bank account. You need your bank account to get a credit card. You need a credit card to build your credit score, and building a credit score in US is very, very important. Even if you are someone who's on a dependent visa, it's never too late to start building your credit score. So definitely go open that bank account. The fourth one is getting your driving license. So if you already have a driving license in India, then here you can come in and use that driving license for at least 6 months. But it's super important to get your driving license here, because as much as it is a developed country, unless you are in like New York, Boston, San Francisco, you absolutely need to learn how to drive a car. because driving a car is going to help you go to like different places, explore different neighborhoods, go on vacation. It's very, very important to learn how to drive. So go get that driving license. The fifth one is not networking. If you've been watching our videos or you've been following us on Instagram, we cannot stress on the importance of networking in the US. We've spoken about it at length. There are various ways to do it, but it's important to build that community, find your people, find those mentors. A very good way to do is volunteering in the US. We have a video on that we will be linking here. So definitely make sure that you start building your network. It's never too late. Even if you are not actively looking for a job, try to find people who are going to cheer for you and will support you land your first job. The sixth one is not researching about immigration laws and rules when you're moving in the US. Definitely, it's super complicated to navigate the entire immigration system, the visa landscape in America, but it's important to do your research. We don't expect anyone to know the ins and outs of every single thing, but you should definitely be aware of what you're getting into. So having that information that this is how much time my spouse is going to take to get his I-140, after which I will be able to apply for my EAD. I think those are good things to know. You should be the one making the choice in terms of how long that delay is going to be till you start working. So be aware of what's changing. Again, you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to like constantly follow it and go crazy about everything that's changing here. But you do need to know the basics before you're moving to this country. Hope that helps. The seventh one is not researching about medical insurance. Again, you don't need to be an expert about navigating the healthcare system in America. It's absolutely one of the most complex things that exist right now, but you need to know the basics of how it's done. So if you're coming here and your spouse already has a job, there is a high chance that there is medical insurance that his company covers. So it's very simple for you to get added to that same plan and you're going to be kind of covered. But it's important to do a little bit research around what in-network, out-of-network is, what a copay is and stuff like that. Just make sure that you're familiar with how those things work. The second important thing to keep in mind is when your parents are visiting, making sure that they have travel insurance. When they are here, they should have travel insurance prior to coming here because medical expenses can be very, very expensive here. So anything that happens to them, we want to make sure that travel insurance covers it. The eighth one is being absolutely unprepared for the competitive job market that's here. So you are going to be leaving a very good job back home and starting from scratch in this new country. Believe me, it's not going to be easy. I don't want to scare you in terms of how tough it is to land your first job. It's definitely going to take a while, but once you are in, it's going to be a good and a smooth progression from there. However, how to get in and find that job, you have to keep a couple of things in mind. Try to research about the industry that you're going to find a job in. Make sure that you are starting to network and read about the roles that you would be interested in, reaching out to people on LinkedIn. There are a lot of certifications, tools, etc. available. Make sure that you're building up your resume in the time that you don't have your EAD. So do your research. As daunting as it might sound to restart your career here again, a lot of people have done it. You will be able to do it. We have some really good guides that we have worked with a lot of career coaches on our website. We will link that just so that it gives you a lot more tips and tricks to restart your career in the US. The ninth one is socializing with people only from your own background. As comforting as it might seem to hang out more with people who share the same cultural background, who speak the same language every time, it's very important to push yourself and find like newer people and networks to build. You know, we're not saying that don't hang out with people in your community because you need that group, but don't constrict yourself to only the group of people who share same experiences. Push yourself, make some new friends. There's a lot of varied culture out here and it's important for you to experience all of that. The last one is being afraid to ask questions. It is really important to ask a lot of questions here. Back in our culture, it is like frowned upon to ask questions, and it's more acceptable to just say yes or accept whatever is coming your way. But that's not the case here. It's very important to ask people what you're not understanding rather than just assuming things in your head. So, for example, it's totally okay to ask someone to repeat themselves again if you don't understand the accent or what they are saying, or if it's too fast. It's okay to go to the grocery store and ask them if this is halal meat. It's absolutely okay to ask questions when you're looking for a job, when you're going to an interview. If you have questions about something, ask the questions, familiarize yourself with everything that's here. It's absolutely okay to not know everything. To wrap it up, guys, these are some of the things that we learned and we implemented in our lives. Hopefully this helps us. If there is something that you've learned, please leave it in the comments. Everything that we have said, we have a guide that we will be linking, so go check that out in the description box. Hopefully this helps someone, and remember, at the end of the day, it's going to be tough, it's going to be difficult, but we are here to help you build a better life as a dependent. And remember, at the end of the day, it's okay, Yaar. Also, please like, share and subscribe if you like our video. Please share it with people who can benefit from it. Follow us on Instagram at It's Okay Yaar. Go subscribe to our blog. Please show us some love. Hopefully this helps you build a better life. And once again, hit on that bell icon so that you get notified, and see you in the next episode. Bye.